All right, this is going to sound familiar. We have an elite player from the state of California that plays for the Batbusters. Riley Hilliard joins us now. She committed to OU back in the fall. And I know it's been a couple of months, Riley, but I'm sure the excitement is still there. How's it still feel when you think about being committed to Oklahoma softball?
Yeah, I mean, it's unreal. I'm so thankful, and it's an amazing feeling getting to tell people and just, like, having that in me, like, "Oh my gosh, like, I get to do this." Like, I'm counting down the months until, like, I'm able to get there and just start working.
Yeah, well, everybody around here, as you know, is excited about you as we get to learn more about
Mhm,
you. And let's start with the recruiting process because September
mhm,
1st can be such a hectic day. Like, do you stay up until
mhm.
midnight? Do you not stay up until midnight? I'm sure you
Yeah.
heard both sides of it, but what was September 1st like for you? And when did you initially get that call from Coach Gasso?
I got the call at 12. So I got the call around 12:01, and she just called me and said, "We're extremely interested," and set up a call for the next day so we could talk longer because obviously it's like 2 a.m. where Oklahoma, because I'm in California. And we just set up a call for the next day, and she was my first call, so I was super excited. I was just like, it was kind of unreal. Like I saw the call and it was from Oklahoma, and I was like, Mom, I was like, they're calling, and it was just it's super exciting.
Well, let's go back then to I guess before September 1st even happened. So let's go to August,
Hmm.
right? And
Yep.
you know that this is going to be a big day and for your recruitment. You've worked basically your entire life, I think, for that kind of attention. How did you feel about Oklahoma? Did OU rank number one on the list for you before the recruitment started, or kind of where did they rank going in?
They were number one, 100%. They were number one. I've been to multiple camps out there, and I know some of the girls on the team, the former Batbusters, and I've always wanted to play at the highest level and that competition, and I was like, I know Oklahoma is where it's at, so they were sitting at number 1.
So you come out. I believe it was for the Michigan football weekend. Is when you came out.
Yeah.
Maybe that first official visit
Mhm.
weekend that they had. You came out. Tell me about your visit. What do you remember about your visits? The highlights. What was it like being in Norman that weekend?
It was so exciting. I mean, I even saw, like, when I was flying there, like, there was already Oklahoma fans, Michigan fans, like, on the plane to Norman, to OKC, and I was just "Well, this is gonna be a huge deal." Like, I didn't realize it was that big of a game. Um, I'd say, like, key moments, when I put on the uniform and I was in their locker room and I was like, wow, like I'm like on my visit to Oklahoma, like this is insane. And I was just like, I was in that uniform and I was like, this is so surreal. Like I'm still speechless to this day about it, but it was amazing. And then I just remember my hosts were Kai Miner and Ella Parker, who I've known because Batbusters, and I just felt like so like connected with everybody. It was so fun. So amazing.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I wanted to bring up. Clearly, there is a Batbuster pipeline to OU softball. There has been for a while, and I'm sure there will be in the
Mhm,
future. So, I mean, you picked Oklahoma because of Oklahoma, and I'll get to that question later. But did
mhm,
it help you in your decision that Kai's there, that Ella's there, that Ailana's there as well? Like other Batbusters being there, did it make
yeah.
you feel more comfortable? Did it make you want to go to OU even more?
I don't think it made me wanna go there. I think it did make me feel a lot more comfortable, like, "Hey, like, all these people are there that I know, like, I'm gonna go in and have, like, that sort of, like, family." But I think despite them being there, Oklahoma is Oklahoma, and it's Coach Gasso, and that is, like, insane that I would get to play for her, and even if those girls weren't there, like, obviously they were an extreme help, like, oh my gosh, I can't describe it, but if I get to play for Coach Gasso, then that is truly amazing for me.
Yeah. Well, you go on the visit. There's familiarity with teammates and
Mhm,
other bat busters. So what ultimately made the decision? Because Riley, here's what I hear so much, and Emma Reynolds just told me this yesterday. It was just one of those feelings where when you know, you know. And I've heard from
mhm,
so many players from California, from Texas, from Arizona, from Oklahoma. When you know, you just know on the visit. Was that your experience?
mhm.
And when was the moment when you decided this is where I want to commit?
Um, I think not that it was right then and there, but when I put on the uniform, like I said, like I had been picturing this moment for years coming up to it, and I was like, there's no way that I could go play for another team. There's no way I could go play for another coach. There's no way that any other school is going to come close to how I feel in this uniform. And I knew that right when we were taking the pictures. I just That's when I was like, I have to be there. And when I walked out in the uniform and I saw my parents, like, and they saw me, like, I think they knew too that that was where I meant to be.
Well, when was the moment that you told Coach Gasso, this is what I want to do? I want to commit. When was that?
hmm it was a Wednesday. I'd taken another visit. I'd came back and it was Wednesday and I was like, I'm ready. I was like, I need to tell her. Like, I want to tell her so bad. I need to. And so I put on Oklahoma shirt and I FaceTimed her. So I FaceTimed her and we were just chatting up for a little bit, just how are you, like some small talk. And then I was like, I kind of showed her my shirt and I was like, Coach, I was like, I want to be a Sooner. I want to play for you. And then she was so excited. She started like, the first thing she did was she went and got her husband and brought him in. And then I told him, I said, hey, Boomer Sooner. And then he started going crazy. And it was just, it was like to see her so excited about something that I did, like that just made me even more comfortable in my decision. Like I knew after that call, I was like, I knew I made the right decision.
I mean, that made you comfortable in your decision, but Riley, I'm just taking what you said over the course of the last few minutes. You're just like, I can't believe I get to play for Patty Gasso. Even today, I can't believe I get to play for Patty Gasso. So how cool is it
Mhm.
when you say, "Hey, I want to play for you," and she celebrates and brings her husband there? Like you talk about a surreal moment. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It was insane. It was amazing. I mean, I've always like looked up to her. Her coaching style is I can't say enough good about her. I really can't. Like and she's the reason I want to go there. So that's really it.
Yeah. Well, your game's incredible. You got an unbelievable bat, very very strong defensively as well. You're listed as a catcher. So is
Yes.
that the only position that you play? Do you play corner infield spots as well? Like what do you do defensively?
Yeah. I do play first base and third base. I'd say that I play more first than I play third, but I've practiced corner positions my whole life and as well as catcher.
Yeah. And I loved in your commitment post that, of course, you mentioned OU, you mentioned your parents, but Reese is just such a big part of your life. I mean, you're twins, of course. So how proud of you?
Yeah.
How proud are you of her as a softball player and her decision to go to Stanford?
I'm so proud of her. Like I said, like we've been together like we're literally two peas of pod. It's insane. Like since birth, like we do everything together. Every softball team we've been on, we were always in the same classes in school. She's just my rock and I know like I would consider her my best friend, and it's so amazing that I get to share the passion of softball with her, and that I can talk about it with her, like, whenever we're going through things through the game, like, that bond, it's really different, and, like, playing on the field with her, it's really different. We just kinda understand each other, and, like, I can give her that little nod, like, it's like, she is my best friend, and I'm speechless. I'm so proud of her because I knew once she kinda was, like she went on her visit to Stanford, I was like, I saw the video, I was like, "She's like, she got it, and she's gonna do amazing there." I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, she's a great player. And here's what
Mhm.
I'm rooting for now after that is, and maybe you've talked about it, OU and Stanford meeting up at the Women's College World Series. Have you and
Yeah.
Reese talked about that possibility?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
That would be I mean, my parents have definitely talked about it, like, they're like, "It'd be so cool to see you guys go against each other." I would be really excited to see how that would play out, and really just I think it'd be so cool because 'cause I've never really played against her in softball, in an elite game, I've never played against her. So we have talked about that, and we're both really excited and excited for each other.
I want to ask you about Kai Miner and some of your other
Mhm,
Batbuster teammates, but
mhm.
I was actually at an NIL event on Monday night where Kai Miner was speaking with Gabbie Garcia. And I think what Kai said is Ailana Agbayani was our shortstop. And she said, "This is the best shortstop I've ever seen. I don't know how we're going to replace her." And then Gabbie Garcia was next after that. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be crazy if
Yeah.
those two played on the same team. Now they're playing on the same team, and I think
Mhm.
they're the best middle infielder duo in college softball. So,
Mhm.
as a Batbuster and kind of growing up through that organization, you won a 14U title. How cool has it been to see other Batbusters come up with Oklahoma, playing on ESPN, play on TV, and shine on the big stage?
Um, it's insane to see, like,
Mm.
girls that I played with, like, Gabbie was my shortstop, like, to see her take her game to the next level and to see things that she did on the Batbusters at OU is insane, and I'm I'm so like, they are the best duo in college so undoubt, like, I'm no doubt, and as her as a freshman, like, I'm so excited, I get to play with her 1 year when I get there, like, that that's insane to me, and I'm so proud of her, like, when she was up for freshman of the year, like, that I was like, she's Gabbie Garcia, like, that girl is the hardest worker I've ever seen in my entire life, like, at practice, after games, anytime that girl could get a bat and swing on the tee, she would, every single second. Anytime she could do some short hops, she would, and it definitely affected my game when I was playing when I as a freshman. It definitely affected how I saw softball and how I saw her work affected what I did because I wanted to be like her and I wanted to go to Oklahoma.
Riley, you've seen it more than I have, but you can probably confirm this. Gabbie is just now going into her sophomore season. And it's still crazy to me because it feels like she's been a fourth year player here. And I say that because, well, one, she's been incredibly productive, but she just goes about everything like she's a professional. It's like she's a
Mhm.
professional at, like, she was saying that she shows up an hour before they're first, supposed to show up just so she can get mentally ready, get some extra reps in. You've seen it, and
Mhm.
I'm glad that you saw it because that had an impact on you. But it really just feels like she's a true professional in the way
Mhm.
that she approaches the game.
Oh yeah. She 100% is. And like I said, like seeing her do that affects so many other people and that's why like I think she had such a great impact last year as a freshman. Like everybody sees that and they're like, "Oh, like that's like I like that. Like that's good. Like we should do be more like her." She sets an amazing example. She's an amazing leader and just yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, she is. And the I don't have to tell you this, you already know, but the next
Mhm.
freshman that's going to do some real damage on this team, I think Kai Miner is going to be their starting center fielder this year. And just watching her in the fall, how easy she tracks down balls in the gap and how she comes up and makes amazing plays. What can we as OU fans, since you were teammates with her, what do you think we
Mhm.
can expect from Kai Miner?
I think you can expect her to go all out on everything, and she will go 100% until she can't. And you're gonna be surprised. That girl is faster than you think. She is so very quick, so fast. She'll keep swinging the bat. She can put the ball in the infield to get down to first base, and one of the fastest girls I've ever seen. And I think you can expect everything from her from being able to small ball from to home runs to doubles, and she can turn a double into a triple quicker than you can see. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's the fastest player that they have right now on the team, and she might lead the team in stolen bases this year as a
Mhm,
freshman. So we've talked about your relationship with Patty,
mhm,
and Patty's the GOAT. We all know that. But they also have, in my opinion, just the best overall coaching staff in
mhm,
America. So tell me about
mhm,
JT, about Coach Steele, just
mhm.
everyone that you've developed a relationship with
Yeah.
on the staff outside of Coach
Oh
Gasso.
yeah. So we'll start off with GT. So the camps that I've been to, like I've kind of built a relationship with him, like about my swing. Like we'll go back and we'll look at it, and just everything that he does feels so personalized and so like meant for me. Like we'll go through stuff, feel different things. Like he does a really good job of like making sure that we're not all just swinging the same way, but that we're all swinging like how we think that we should be swinging and that how we're gonna hit the ball over the fence. Um, and he's also just an amazing guy. He's a great dad. Oh my gosh, I love all their kids. They're all so cute. Um, but I just feel like the whole staff, I can go to anything to them. Like they're very, very personable people, and I feel that like strong connection with all of them, including Coach Steele and Coach Rocha. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm so excited to get to catch for the pitchers just because of Coach Rocha. Like I know she's gonna work so hard for them, and that's going to make them better, and then that's going to make the whole team better. And just the relationship that I've built with them is just based on having we had a lot of fun on my visit. So what I've known, it's having fun and making sure everybody is feels like family. We're all
Yeah.
super close. Just it's all about family. They're all about being together, and I think that's what makes Oklahoma so strong is the union that everybody has together and the trust. Like I trust all of them. Mhm.
Well, asking you about the coaching staff, I almost forgot to ask you about a very, very important person. I'm very curious to know what you think about her. Because look, there's been a bunch of unbelievable players come through the Batbusters
Mhm.
organization, OU and otherwise. Coach Mike there's done, and that whole group has done a fantastic job. But I would guess that TRA is probably one of the best Batbusters to ever
Mhm.
come through that
Mhm.
program. Four-time first-team All-American, a Californian like yourself. Probably grew up watching her. I would
Oh yeah.
guess you did, Riley. So, what's that been like? Kind of having that connection with TRA.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I feel like she's a sister to me because I've seen her around like STC, which is our training facility. I've seen her around there around practices
Mm.
and stuff. It's so cool to just be like, wow, like this is like the next level. This is the one of the greatest players to ever touch a softball. Um, and I think she's super funny, and I love her a lot. Like we were talking at the camp, and I was like, "Can I get a picture with you?" She's like, "Riley, don't we already have enough pictures together?" And she was just pulling my leg, and it was I'm so excited to get to be with her, and I think she's also a great coach as well as a great player. She's a
Mm.
great influence and a great leader, and you can look at her and look at what she's done and just be like, wow, like and appreciate it really.
Incredibly well said. Incredibly well said. What are your interests outside of softball? I know you spend a lot of time, with softball, be it club ball or whatever. But what kind of interest outside the game do you have?
That's that's a good question. Outside of softball, I like just hobbies wise, like I like going to the beach. Like I'm from California, like I love just being at the beach, being outside. Weightlifting, I really enjoy like lifting weights, even if it's not for softball. Like I think that I don't know. I always feel better after I do it, so I always love doing that. Um, yeah, my whole life is really surrounded by this game. So it's either hanging out with my teammates,
Yeah.
going to get some extra reps in. Like we'll drive down there in the summer. We'll go to the beach after. Like we'll lift some. Like it's all like surrounded by softball. I feel like.
Surrounded by softball, and it just sounds like you really love the process. And I got two for
Mhm.
you on the fact that hobbies outside softball may be lifting weights. I think that you know this, but the weight program and just the
Mhm.
off-season program that you're going to get in at
Yeah.
OU is going to be awesome. So how much does that just excite you? Because Riley, I look at you as already this really good softball player, but for you, it seems like Kai in a lot of ways, just hungry to get better.
Mhm.
Like Gabbie in a lot of ways, just
Mhm.
hungry to get better. How exciting is it to think about the resources that I have at OU
Mhm.
and what type of softball player you can become because of those
Mhm.
different things there?
Yeah. I mean, the weightlifting program there, like when I went there, like I just saw everything that they do and all of the things that they have. And I was kind of overwhelmed, but then I just like started asking questions, and it's really exciting just to see like the changes that can happen in your freshman fall, like how much stronger you can get and how that really affects your game. Um, that is yeah. The weight The weights are important,
Yeah.
and Coach Mike always tells us, like, be in the weight room where you're not gonna hit the ball over the fence, and Oklahoma does a lot of hitting the ball over the fence, and I know they spend a lot of time in the weight room, and it really shows, it really shows. Mhm.
Last one. What's OU getting as a player with Riley Hilliard? What would you tell OU fans to expect from you when you get on campus?
I'd say expect a team player. I want my team to win, even if it doesn't benefit necessarily me, but I want the girl if the girl's better than yeah, I want that girl to get the at bat. I want who's gonna make the play, And I'm truthful. Like, if I'm not the best player on the field, then put somebody else out there. If I need to go play first base, if I'm not going to be able to catch, if I need to go play third base, like whatever it's going to take to win a national championship, that's what I want for our team.
I was already a fan of you. I'm just such a fan of you now. And people that watch this video are going to be all about Riley Hilliard.
Yeah.
The comments are going to be fun. Thank you so much for doing this. Have a great Christmas and have a great 2026.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Boomer Sooner.